Hey guys, Antikas and Sicken here. Sicken smells bad. You see the stank curls? Now you see. I always smell it, but now, now you guys see for the first time ever. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode of Tekkit Legends. And today it's all about, wow, we're in a little box.
Get off me, man.
You get off. You get off. What the hell,
Hold on.
man?
There we go.
I knew it. So we've been doing some work. We're back on the beer project. And we've been doing the work. Oh, yeah. You don't even know. And all the screens are broken.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are for me. Hang on.
Hi, everybody.
Stupid old game.
I'm very disappointed with IC2 and its server breaking bugs.
Yeah, IC2 is server breaking, pretty much. So I've been doing a little bit of hops breeding. I actually had a weed grow, and because of the watch of flowing time, so this is actually a useful thing for you guys. The watch of flowing time proportionately to like normal IC2 crops growing it's not really that helpful. Like, look at what Sicken did over here. That's how many you need to really influence crop growth. But like for a traditional setup where you might have one, it's kind of mediocre. But I'll tell you this, if a weed grows, then the watch of flowing time has a huge impact because I killed everything. I think literally I had a 1 second delay between punching a weed and it breaking, and I lost all the hops we had. So I've basically regrown everything. So now we're at an 877 and a 985, which is awesome. And then over here I've got a couple of 777s. We've been working on harvesting the crops, and Sicken has a huge watch set up over there. So if you need to buy a watch, now you know who to talk to.
Yep.
Want to buy a watch?
Who you gonna call?
Sicken Watch Busters. So we've accumulated quite a little. Well, I'd say quite a little bit. You know what though? Like up here, all these watches of flowing time, it's just like the honey thing. For me, it's so choppy.
Really? Because there's only 3 watches on and a 4th pedestal for food.
Yeah. Well, when I look at your little area, my frame rate goes from being around 28, 30 to like 9.
They're not even on. They're not even on.
Yeah, now it's a little better, but I think I blame you. So, and I need more RAM. Oh, and while we're up here, you'll notice there's this logistics pipe trying to feed this stupid Cropmatron stuff with a million items in here. Yeah. So let's talk about that, Sicken.
Okay.
We built a very, very intelligent rig, but it just seems like logistics pipes don't interact properly with IC2 stuff.
Don't. When we say intelligent, we're not talking about falling down. That's not intelligent at all.
No. Are you making fun of me?
The way down is.
It
so
sucks. You know, I could fix this really easily, right? Like.
No, don't right-click with the morning stuff.
I'm tempted, but it's not even a hard fix. It's kind of like, why do we ever go down?
Buy it.
No, we don't actually use the bottom part of the flying saucer yet for anything useful. So why don't we just like, ta-da, a maze. All right. So anyway, you know, if that was TNT with pressure plates, that would be really funny. Anyway,
kind of like what we did to the whatchamacallit?
Yeah, the thing with the stuff in the thing. So Sicken broke this already on me a couple of times. I've tried to put it back together. It's never really worked properly ever, and now it doesn't work properly at all. But what it does do is it makes fertilizer. It also makes hydration cells. So in here somewhere, if you look at this rig, there are a couple of recyclers. We have this. This is going to take probably most of the episode to explain this. We have this MK3 rig here making cobblestone. And then on it, if I have a wrench, I do have a wrench. we have an extraction pipe or extraction module. No, it's a provider module saying, give the system cobblestone. We have a supplier over here to these recyclers, and the suppliers are saying, give the system cobblestone. So that's working perfectly. And there's an item sink. And then the extractor is saying, take out the scrap. Oh, my lord. It sounds really complicated when I start talking about it, but it's not. So the scrap all ends up in this barrel. The barrel has, I imagine it's probably a provider. Yep, I was right. Provider. Give the system scrap. And basically this crafting table is the key to this whole system. This is one of those automatic crafting table MK2 sort of tube stuff. Not the one that we would normally use. Well, actually, no, this is the one that we use in our auto crafting rig.
It is.
It works better than there's a couple of different tables, but this one here seems to work the best. So this one here has a what did I say? Supplier on it, I think. Feeding
crafting. It has a crafting.
Supplier and a crafting, I think.
No, it's just a crafting one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It has a crafting logistics pipe MK2 saying, give me 2 scrap and 1 fertilizer. The barrel up here. Oh, it gets so fun. The barrel has a bunch of things on it saying, provide the barrel fertilizer, but also supply fertilizer to the system, to the whole network. That allows the table to pull fertilizer from the barrel and scrap from the second barrel and make fertilizer. So the other part of the logistics pipe network is that we have, if you can see it in the background here, there's an extractor. Now, more logistics pipes. The extractor has a supplier saying, give me water cells. It also has an extractor saying, pull out hydration cells. And effectively, that's what the extractor does. So there's a bottler here somewhere, I think. Is that how we're giving it water cells? Isn't there a bottler? Yeah, there's the bottler right there. Kind of like what we did with the acid rig. There's a bottler involved here, and there's a logistics pipe set up to the bottler. And it's basically feeding it... Good lord. I don't know. Stuff. Empty cells.
Yeah, empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just crafted a whole bunch.
Yeah, and slapped them in there, and we're good for a while. For a while, the Cropomatron was accepting fertilizer, but it was filling every single slot in here with fertilizer, including like the hydration cell slot, so it was not working properly. So basically, we've got a big old hand job going on.
Yep. I've been hand jobbing it like mad.
So sick and style.
In fact, I gotta hand job it right now.
Yeah, sick and style. We've just been pulling off the big old hand job. Yep. So I'd say IC2 is bugged in a couple of ways. It doesn't interact properly with logistic pipes. It also doesn't actually interact properly with the server environment. It destroys your tick rate. Sicken can explain it better than I can, but when you have a couple of IC2 power networks set up, your server seems to self-destruct, as it turns out. And I actually, when I logged in earlier, I reconnected all the power cables because we were doing nothing, and we turned off all the chunk loaders on our entire server except for Arbos. And the server was still at like 80 to 85% CPU utilization, even without all that stupid honey stuff you guys saw last episode. And it's basically because the way IC2 is working, because of laziness. So I guess, if IC2 is banned off the server you're playing, that's probably the reason. It destroys performance, sadly, until there's an update. So I guess look for Tekkit Legends 1.11. Maybe that'll have a fix.
I hope so, but it really is just lazy programming. From what it's literally the mod author said, it's lazy programming.
Yeah,
and
lazy
sad.
Programming, ruining our fun. Like this is, even in a single player experience, it would probably destroy your performance to the point where you can't use it.
Yeah, it does. It's just how it is. It's horrible.
Sad face, hard face.
That's the reason why we don't do IC2, unfortunately.
Exactly. Now, we are going to go back to Arbos and we're going to get seriously ready for some beer making because we've got hops, right?
Yep.
So,
Barrel full.
Is there a barrel?
9. Yeah, right here.
Look at
Don't
that.
take no. You stole my beer.
That's my beer. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do probably a retrofit of the arcade to make it a little bit more fun. So
Because we're gonna turn it from an arcade to
a beercade.
a beercade. Yeah.
I would just like to say for the record, I hate Sicken, and this is why.
Come into the jacuzzi. It's so warm.
So this
Man, it is so cold outside too.
Guys,
this feels so good.
This is why I'm gonna have one video this week instead of 4.
Oh.
This is why. And I gotta do all the real stuff myself because this is what Sicken do. Alright, so anyway, I am looking at auto-crafting some brew barrels now. If we look in the remote orderer, we got the rubber wood, I think. But you know what? Most likely what Sicken's going to do is call it out before I do.
How come you don't... what? I don't get your setup. Is it using crafting or...
I don't use those pipes because they cause crashes.
The crafting pipes don't cause crashes.
Well then for some reason I like using the cards better. So I can't put labels on them. But it doesn't matter. You okay with that? Or do you want to redesign my
Do
you want to redesign my entire system right now?
Oh yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Shut up.
No.
And this is why I kill the Sicken so much. Okay, so anyway. I think in here if we look there's probably wood. Yeah, there's 473. What is that? What kind of wood is that? It matters. Wood. Is it spruce? Yeah, it's spruce. Okay, so cool. So we can pick a table. And if we put in, I think it's 1 spruce on the top and the bottom and a rubber in the middle. That is a recipe. And then I think you hit C? Nope. I don't know how to do. I think you have to tell it what it makes. Do you do this often, Sicken?
Do what?
Are you willing to help?
Let me.
I think you have to craft it and tell it this is the product in one of these auto crafting tables.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's kind of annoying. So if
what do you need me to make?
Do you even know what table I'm working in?
No.
Probably not. I think this is all I need. So row 2, table 2 from the bottom up. So I want to make a brew barrel.
Okay.
And I think that's the recipe. Right?
So you need me.
Yeah, that's the recipe. There we go.
Can you toss me a crafting card?
I think it has it on the other side. I think there's a crafting card already in place. So we just have to tell it to import those materials.
Import. Bam. There it goes.
It's all good?
All good.
So now, theoretically, if we request brew barrels or whatever they're called, it should do the thing with the stuff in the thing. I think I have the wrong table. I'm in the wrong row. Yeah, I am. I kind of wish that I had used the crafting pipes instead of the cards.
Don't mind those 2 signs. I was messing around and now I have to...
Yeah, it's like... They have like this labeler gun and it does not work on logistics pipes if you're using crafting cards, but it really should. Like, to me, that's pretty lame. Lame face, hard face. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Sicken, is I'm going to inject all the rubber wood back into the system. I know you like it when I do that, so I'm going to do that. And then we should be able to remotely craft this stuff, theoretically. Hard face.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try it. Let's make I don't know, what, 2 dozen brew barrels? There's 4.
That's a lot of beer.
Yeah. Have you met me?
Yeah, 2 dozen brew barrels, and that's none for me.
That's right. Okay, so let's see if it worked. I did it. I made the request. Yep.
Yeah.
They don't stack. Oh, crap.
Where's the return chest? There it is.
Down there's nothing. So, okay, so we've got all the brew barrels that we need. So let's go to the arcade. So you already made a bunch of scaffolding, right?
Yes, it's inside the whatchamacallit.
Now, don't we need,
system.
like, don't we need like a bucket of water for each brew barrel?
No, you just throw the stuff in and it makes it.
Just hops?
That's what we did with the rum.
So this is not how you actually make beer, kids. So just so you know, don't do
Yeah.
this. Don't do this at home.
Yeah, don't just throw stuff in a barrel and expect it to become alcohol, because it's not gonna work. I wonder if it acts as one giant barrel now.
Nope, it doesn't.
Okay, if it doesn't, then I want to change this up.
Just put hops. Holy shit, it eats a lot of hops, dude.
Yeah, it does.
So all the hops that I had on me, I didn't even make it through the second row.
Well, yeah, it should take like a half a stack or a stack and a half or something like that.
Yep. Now, we made some mugs earlier, right?
Yes.
So they should be in the inventory system. And
Hopefully.
they are. So I'm just going to request one.
Not two. Don't forget taps. You need taps too, because you can't just like.
Yeah. We don't have any. I don't think we did a recipe for taps. Nope.
I will go back to the crafting system and put a tap in.
Okay. An auto crafting. I think it's like 6 wood. We are definitely trying to use the auto crafting because it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and if you don't start trying to make an effort, you're never going to get into the habit of doing it.
That's right. Let's see if I can remember the recipe for a tap. I don't think so. Oh my lord. So bad. Tap. Close.
I don't know how to make it.
Look it up, man. It's not hard. I
Maybe
put one on one of the barrels, but the booze is not ready.
There we go.
Sad face. So we need a lot more hops. So kids, this is not how you make beer, just so you know. Like, the hops is the tiniest ingredient. Beer is 99% grains. So you take like barley or wheat or whatever grain you have, rye even, and you boil the crap out of it with hot water, and then you take the syrupy liquid that you get and you pour that into a vat, and you stick yeast in there, and you go ferment the sugar, and then the sugar ferments and you get this carbonate, well, it's not carbonated, but you get this giant bowl of putrid liquid that's full of alcohol, and you pour it into bottles, and you add more yeast and sugar and take away their oxygen, and it carbonates it. And that is how you make beer. You don't just put dry hops in a barrel and put a tap on it. That is not how beer is made.
Yes.
So don't think you can do this at home, because you can't.
No, because you'll just end up with a big old rotten pile of fucking
vegetables. A rotten pile of plants.
Yeah. I thought hops were a grain.
Hops is not a grain. Nope. It's a terrible plant. It tastes like crap.
Well,
The bitterness in beer is from hops, and that's all it does. So like when you make a 5-gallon batch of beer, you might put like I don't know, like a quarter ounce or an ounce of hops. That's it. Just to condition it.
I just remember like the commercials for like Samuel Adams, and the guy's like, I put 2 handfuls in. Like,
Well, yeah, probably because they're doing like a giant vat, right?
yeah.
But like one of these barrels is probably like a 5-gallon barrel, all size-wise. But I'm sure we'll get like 5 mugs of beer out of it. Holy crap, dude! For reals? I always thought you could right-click on these guys and get like a sense of the age of the beer. You could like get an early sample.
It might. I thought you could see it bubbling, but
Yeah.
maybe that was something else. Maybe I'm just retarded.
I don't know. Still nothing.
Maybe these need water. Maybe it's just rum that just needs sugar.
Did you get beer out of it, or were you just telling me shit?
No, I just thought it'd be like the rum.
So you were
the
just
rum
telling
you just
me shit. What an asshole. I hate you, Sicken. You're like, hey, Ed, do this. I'm like, okay. It doesn't work, Sicken. You're like, no, you did it wrong. And I hate you.
We'll definitely can't put water buckets in it. We'll have to look at how to make beer.
So you can't put a water bucket in there?
You cannot.
Guys, if you know how to make beer, please let us know. Because we are the dumb.
Why'd you run away?
Because that's the best way to end the video. Bye, everybody!